Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is TechWares. Today is what's today? Oh, it's September 18th, 2025. Big news today. Seismic news. Crazy news. Well, not really, but Intel and Nvidia, or Nvidia and Intel, have partnered up. Collaboration. All right, not Intel. Nvidia has invested $5 billion in Intel. But that's not what I'm here for. Intel has responded to questions on the future of ARC graphics following the Nvidia collaboration announcement. This is from Hot Hardware. Hot Hardware, I would say they have maybe the closest relationship with Intel than I think any other publication currently. This kind of reminds me of the PC Per relationship with Nvidia back in the day, where Ryan and Tom Peterson at Nvidia at the time were kind of like really, really close friends. So PC Per always had like good source direct relationship with Nvidia. Now it's Hard Hardware with Intel Arc division. So everybody's asking, now that Nvidia is going to be putting their graphics RTX technology in Intel CPUs, what does this mean for ARC? Now, I watched the webcast of Lip Bhutan, CEO of CEO of Intel, and Jensen, CEO of Nvidia. And Jensen, he was only talking about mobile. He was only talking about laptops. So that's for that. I think that's going to be only for laptops and not for every single laptop. For like a segment, a tier in the laptops. So it's not going to be coming for desktops. That's not what this is for. But anyways, let me just continue the article. Just read it here. Earlier today, Intel and Nvidia announced two tech giants are planning to co-develop several generations of data center and PC products, with the latter also investing $5 billion into the former's common stock. Hours later, Intel CEO Lip Bhutan and Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang hosted a webcast to discuss the announcement, followed by a Q&A session. By the way, the Q&A session was, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know who picks these questions that people can ask, but almost every question was about the same thing. Nvidia, Intel Foundry. Nvidia, Intel Foundry. Come on, guys. If you're going to pick a question, if you're going to pick questions, have like somebody, pick one question for Intel, Nvidia Foundry question, and then don't pick it again. Pick something different. Why are you picking the same questions? Anyways. But surprisingly, nobody thought to ask what implications the deal has on the future of Intel Arc graphics. Not only that, but just not Intel Arc graphics, but they should have asked about Intel XE graphics, Intel XE architecture. So Hot Hardware did what everybody wants to know. They reached out to Intel for clarification. They asked Intel point blank if it plans to continue developing ARC, both in discrete and integrated form. Specifically, if Celestial is still on a roadmap. The last we heard, Intel's third generation XE3 based Celestial GPUs would soon hit the tape out stage. Intel's response, it's all in the interpretation. Intel said, we're not discussing specific roadmaps at this time, but the collaboration is complementary to Intel's roadmap, and Intel will continue to have GPU product offerings, Intel said in an email statement to Hard Hardware. As expected, Intel didn't get into specifications, but classifying the collaboration with Nvidia as complementary to its roadmap and saying it will continue to offer GPU products suggests to us that Arc, at least for now, is still in Intel's plans. Of course, you could also interpret that statement to mean that whatever graphics designs NVIDIA brings to the collaboration table constitute GPU product offerings. See, I don't like this, man. I don't like these statements, man. And I don't know why companies do this. Tech companies do this. I guess it's because they don't have to or they don't want to, just straight up. But they should just come out and say, hey guys, listen, we're hearing all this stuff online. Listen, we're still dedicated to our XE graphics roadmap. We're still dedicated to ARC products. We're not going anywhere. I wish they just came out and said that right away instead of so much misinformation and FUD and going around the internet. You know. However, for right now, this is what we have to work with. This is what we know. Thanks to Hardware for reaching out to Intel and asking this question. Let me see what somebody said. Somebody said, I hope they continue development for ARC for both gamers and workstations alike. Intel really put themselves in the best budget gaming category of the entire market. Great specs. It just needs further game support. Tons of games have already been added to the support list. I think they're talking about XeSS. My hope is that continues to be a thing and continue to get. Yeah, see, here's just what I think, guys. Here's my kind of analysis on this whole thing. I don't think Intel XE is going anywhere. I don't think Intel Arc is going anywhere. But you have to remember, guys, nobody knows what the future holds, okay? Not Intel, not Nvidia, neither do you. Who knows if these are even going to be successful? Who knows if this collaboration is going to be successful? You know, nobody knows. Nobody knows. All we can do is and there's a lot of nuanced things, right? You know, nuance matters. Okay? So here's like my final judgment, what I think. Just taking into account everything, research, analysis, taking into account what was said in the webcast. Intel Arc discrete GPUs will remain for now, all right? But their domain will shrink, I think. High-end discrete Arc graphics may not be a thing. Like, we might not get like a 5090 level Arc graphics card. Maybe Intel's just gonna focus on the mid-range, like B580 and B770. You know, sub 300, sub 400 GPUs. Okay. I think they're good for OEMs. You know, B580 sells out. And the Intel and Nvidia SoCs collaboration, I think that's going to focus on not a lot of products when it comes to laptops. I think it's going to be only like for premium laptops, like those premium laptops, creator machines, you know, AI PCs, where both the, you know, GPU, like the RTX maybe like a plus RTX maybe plus maybe an AI compute, and good CPU performance matters. You know, that's where these SoCs will likely eat into what would otherwise be mid-range ARC GPUs. So I think it's going to be a whole new product line from Intel. It's not going to replace Intel's products. It's going to be like a new product line. As far as like Celestial and the future of ARC roadmap, I mean, we don't know. But Intel's statement implies that the roadmap still exists. And you guys have to remember, Intel has a whole team, ARC discrete graphics team. So if we in the future start seeing some of those team members change roles or exit the company, then maybe we should start worrying. But right now, I don't think there's anything to worry about. And remember, Intel still needs XE for their integrated GPUs for the desktop, not mobile, but desktop. You know, Intel needs like their Core Ultra desktop CPUs to have integrated graphics. So XE is not going anywhere. But yeah, uh, maybe ARC's gonna get scaled down, but that's okay because I think it's already scaled down. I don't think it's gonna scale down any further. So, but yeah, this is like a multi-year transition. So don't expect like sweeping changes right away. OEMs need time. Driver software compatibility needs to mature. Intel will want to avoid damaging its relationship with existing ARC customers. Um, but yeah, B580 sells. You see the Intel Arc Pro, what is it, B50 selling like hotcakes. So Intel's not going to be exiting the graphics card business. It's not going to be exiting the discrete graphics card business. The B770 is coming still, using the BG G31 GPU. All of the shipments and logistics and things like that we've seen online that's leaked or that's been data mined points that a B770 is coming. Panther Lake is still using XE graphics. So, bottom line, XE graphics is not going anywhere. ARC graphics is not going anywhere. And that's it. These Intel and Nvidia CPUs, Intel, yeah, they're just going to be a new product line. That's it. It's a new product, new Intel product. But that's all I got to say, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm a big fan of Intel, big fan of AMD, big fan of Nvidia, big fan of Radeon, big fan of GeForce, big fan of ARC. I love all this stuff. I love technology like many of you others do that are even listening to this or watching this. But thank you for Hard Hardware for reaching out to Intel and asking the question that what everybody wants. Not the question about Nvidia Intel Foundry. I mean, that's a good question too, but we didn't have to hear it 6 times or 5 times. Just one time would have been fine. Anyways, take care, everyone. Peace out. It's TechWares.